other than the TV and the kids yelling at each other. It's actually pretty peaceful out here. So I think we're in store for quite a bit more snow than what was originally expected. I know that it said we might get up to, was it 6 to 10? 6 to 10. What's going on here? I'm like zoomed in. There we go. Now that's better. But let's get over here. I don't know if I can get into the shop, but see if I can see if I can't grab a tape measure without busting my butt. So we can actually measure. I know it's kind of dark in here. Actually measure this to see, which I don't even see my tape measure where it went. I don't, man, I swear my tape measures are like 10 millimeter sockets. They just get up and walk away. I don't understand. I don't know where they go. They go somewhere. And I never understand. But anyway, we've gotten, actually, let me flip you around, a fair amount of snow. I mean, you look on the hood, I mean, that my entire finger length. So yeah, it's quite a bit. I mean, it's already probably over 4 inches right now. And I just wanted to come around. Looks like someone already walked through here. Got some footprints, obviously going back that way. It's probably their mom or dad or one of the kids coming at her earlier. I don't know, dog. Could have been that. Yeah, that could have been Willow, I guess. Now that looks, because you see it jump, 4 legs, jump, 4 legs, jump. So look just how peaceful. And I didn't get it on film earlier because it's kind of hard filming through the windows of the RV, just because they get so foggy and just so wet. It's hard to film through them. But over in front of the chicken coop, which is loads and loads and loads of redbirds, of all the cardinals, which is the males, and then there's a lot of the female cardinals, which are brown, and just so many. Just trying to get up all the rest of that chicken feed before, you know, the snow covered it. So they were digging and digging and digging and digging, just trying to get it all. But just look at that. Look at how cool that looks. The pond's frozen over. Areas, it looks like, because, well, I know that one there, I threw a rock in that the other day, but I don't know if this is just from either fish coming up or, because, I mean, there's this one here, a bunch of them here, or if someone else was out here throwing stuff into the pond, probably. So, like I said, you always want to get out here, and there it goes again. Like, I don't know why. There. I switched it back, and it always wants to zoom you in. Like, I don't need you to be that close. I've always said, you know, to get out, walk your property, look at your property, you know, during different weather events. Well, snow is a weather event, right? So I get out, I walk my property when it rains, whenever it freezes, ice, snow, it doesn't matter. Obviously, if you're doing that and out on your property, be careful. You know, you don't want to get hurt going out. Like, I won't go like up on a ridge or nothing, but I'll at least come over here and look at the pond, look at the creek, look at some of the different areas and just look and see, you know, look at your trees, look and see if you have any trouble areas, right? Things that need to be addressed, because obviously we have a power line that comes through our property. You know, obviously if you're off grid, you wouldn't have to deal with it, but if you're dealing with issues like that, are you going to have trees that are going to fall onto your power line? Are you going to be weighted down? You don't want to have those issues, right? And coming over the bridge, it's got a good 4 to 5 inches, probably even thicker than that. It's got quite a bit of snow on it, but the creek's still running. Let me get up here. Oh, creek is still running. Then also we get the areas like this where it's not flowing as well. So it's already starting to get either a layer of ice or just the snow sitting on top of it. So, you know, but let's get over here. Ooh, yeah, this snow is nice and deep. It's like that good snow, or the good skiing type of snow right here. Just a little wet, so it packs really well. And another reason to walk your property, you know, you get a chance to see prints in the snow. Look and see if you have predators. Oh, that's probably a rabbit, because I know that there's a spot right up in here, which I don't know why Dad put the trailer back there in the trees like that. It's not where I want that, but there's a hill right here that a rabbit lives in. But actually I got plans coming up with the trailer to do some work and stuff to that. I got some new lights, thanks to a subscriber who went into our Amazon wish list and sent us some grommets and lights. Going through. Folks out on the road, man. Crazy. But just coming, looking at the property. I know this is a big hill right here. This one got a whole bunch of armadillos that live in there. Man, yeah, my phone. There we go. I need to buy a new camera because the GoPro's done. And my old GoPro, like I said, you can't change out the battery on it. It's one of the GoPro 7 Silvers. So you just have to plug it in, use it, and then once it's done, right? You can't change out the battery like the newer GoPros. And then my phone is getting to the point now, even though it doesn't show up in the video, whenever I'm recording, the full left side of my phone, about like that much of it, it's just solid black, right? And then going back and forth, whenever I switch back and forth now on the front way of, so I can sit here and see myself right in the screen, the vlog mode, I guess, forward facing, I guess, it wants to zoom in. And then I gotta zoom you guys back out so you're not like right up here in my face. But yeah, I never really liked this phone, even from day one of me owning it. This is one of Gladys's favorite phones, but not mine. I miss my old phone. That one actually, the entire phone itself was designed around the camera, and if you're using it for recording, it's actually pretty nice to have, you know, a phone that's designed around video. But anyway, I think I'll at some point actually buy a camera, you know, for recording. I just have to throw it in the budget. So, but we'll be coming back up here to the cabin build site for mom and dad. That's the next big project. Now that, you know, the gathering house is pretty much done, a lot of that stuff is out of our hands now, just waiting on contractors, and then obviously getting moved in. But that's all easy peasy when you don't have to move anything. We don't have any furniture, right? So let me see if I can't get over here. But yeah, there's all kinds of animal activity over here by the creek. But let's get you flipped around. This is actually pretty cool. So this would be the view that mom and dad would have from their cabin site. But look at this. Isn't that pretty? Pretty cool. Yep. So I don't really see any, you know, like dangerous trees. I know that up over, because I mean you can kind of see behind me, right? There's some trees that are leaning over like this. They're not in the way of anything. I do know over next to the road, which, well, I guess we can walk that way. We'll walk all the way around and then take the road and the driveway back. Which I probably should have grabbed some hot hands to throw in my pocket, because, whew, man, or gloves. My hands are getting a little cold. Because there was a pine, Dad had actually already seen it. But back in here, one of the big pines, right? And I don't want to take down any pines until I'm able to saw those up, you know, on sawmill, which, you know, and I've talked to a few people within the community that have sawmills, you know, portable sawmills, and I think at some point, until we can get our own sawmill, that we're going to try to get some folks over here to help us mill up some lumber, you know, in exchange for logs and a portion of that lumber, right? And that's at that point, that's when I'll really, you know, look at taking down some of these bigger pines. But the thing too, right, is be able to do that is also need a tractor. So I can't really move around some of this stuff just by hand, and Little Mac is down. So actually, let me get you flipped around. In here, right, there's actually a big oak and a big pine. I don't know, you might be able to see it further or better over here. But if those were to come down, just all this little stuff would not hold it back. So yeah, this big tree right here, and then there's a big pine behind it. Those are actually leaning towards the road. So that pine has already pretty much fell over, and it's leaning up against that oak. Now, that would come and knock out our neighbor's fence if they fall over. So at some point, we would like to get in here and see if we can't get that pine right here. So as you can see, it's already laying up against that tree. So if it were to come over, obviously we're gonna have to clean it up and skid it out of there. But we've been trying to get in here. It's actually one of the areas we weren't too worried about cleaning up, because we're just gonna put some animals in here. This area here, I've actually thinking in the future of, instead of putting goats over here, because that's what we talked about, putting goats in here, which, I mean, that could happen. But using this lot here, because it's back behind the shop would be right across the way, of using this area for pigs. Obviously all of this right here, right, because even going all the way up the hill, that goes into National Forest, right? So all of this area here coming along, we would be putting in fence going all the way down and back along the road. a nicer fence, you know, something that we would want to do after having the sawmill. That way we can actually put in a nice fence. But this right here too is supposedly our property. I'd like to verify that at some point by getting a survey done. But our property should come all the way, you know, about like a foot away from their fence is where our property line is. But we would like to be able to close this at some point. Still trying to get them to come close that up there. That way we can put a gate. So instead of having a big gate here, which we would still do, even if we were able to close this and put a gate down there, we still want to put a gate here too. And then obviously up there, if National Forest folks can close that off by putting a metal bar across there, which designates that as being closed to the public, right? Then at that point, I wouldn't necessarily worry about a gate, like us having a gate, because there's still little trails and stuff in there, right, of folks. So there's a spot, I don't know if you can see, if I can kind of zoom in, but right, let's see, right here where it kind of goes, that's a trail that goes in between National Forest and our property. And there's a bunch of ATV trails up in there. And we've walked it before, but if folks are in there with the ATV, they can come back into our property, right? And if they were to get on here, at that point, they'd be trespassing. And if that gate is closed, they wouldn't be able to get out. So I would make sure that we had some type of gate up there too. So let them know that, hey, this is private property, stay out. But anyway, so peaceful, looking nice. And right here, this is where the road is gonna go. So, or there was a road here back in early 2000s. You know, this is where it went up the hill, so it kind of goes up that way and then curves back around, and then kind of curves and snakes back until you get to the top. But we're gonna open this back up. That's one of the things Dad and I are gonna work on. Get that road going back up to the hill, get the area up on top cleared out, actually get a deer plot up there, get some nice deer stands up there, some enclosures. But look, more prints of stuff. I don't know, that's probably just birds coming down, because it's not really, doesn't look like any footprints. Woo, almost fell, because I'm walking over ice in some of those spots. But yeah, you know, and getting out here, because you can see, like, we have the barbed wire. You know, we've been going through, and oh man, there's so many areas in the property that have that, even going all the way around, that we're still trying to get that cleared up, cleaned out. Look at the shop build. Another big project that we're gonna try to get finished up this season. Well, probably not winter season, but we'll definitely get that finished up this year. And man, whew, yeah, it's a cold one, I tell you. But no, it looks peaceful. We don't like snow. Well, I've already, if go check out Scuttlebutt, right? They give you the reasons why I don't like the snow. Gladys just doesn't like the cold. You know, so her bloodline, her whatever, you know, kind of go back and look at stuff. It's more, you know, desert dwellers. So I can understand why she wouldn't like the cold. So, but yeah, her body just does not like the cold weather, so she stays indoors with the heat as much as she can. So I already know when it comes time to doing animals, doing animals and such, that it's going to be Me and Dad probably majority of the time. So yeah. Hi, Mom. We're just out here walking the property, looking at everything. Mom's out here in her pajamas. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This is gonna stay here until about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a lot more. And the bad part about that is this is probably not gonna be gone fully. Well, I mean, the roads might be cleared up. We'll see, but I don't think this is gonna be completely gone, you know, by the time we need. Really, all the chickens are flying around the trees instead of going into their coop. So yeah, I'm gonna go check on them, get them where they need to go. But we're probably not gonna have the skirting folks come Monday, so I'll keep you, you know, up to date on that and such. And just, you know, stick around, have your notifications and stuff like that turned on. I know the percentage of what the average is for YouTube, we're within that window, but we do ask, you know, go ahead, turn on all notifications, be greatly appreciated. Give us that subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Share us out, help us grow, it's be greatly appreciated. And then yeah, if you'd like to stick around a little bit longer, check out the video that we got right here. If you want to stick around even a little bit longer, have the whole year's playlist. Obviously, it's the beginning of the year, it's going to grow, and then the icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and that side channel that I talked about. Go check it out. And then last but not least, always get out there, thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day. Stay warm, friends. We'll see you on the next one. Later, y'all.